Looks like this tree went down pretty recent. Leaves haven't even started wilting on it yet. I guess maybe they're starting to wilt a little. It's a young tree. I don't know what made it fall. Back at the wildlife area. I've been trying to use my camera. It's acting up. It keeps shutting off, not wanting to read the card. So I just gave up. Put it back in this case and put it back in my pocket. Figure out what's going on with it, hopefully. It's a DJI Pocket Osmo, but it's the original one. I don't know how many years ago it came out. So I come out here and dropped a recorder. I got two over at the other place where I go all the time. And this place is an hour and a half away, so I don't get down here real often. Wally keeps sneezing for some reason. We were coming up the trail earlier. We were back that ways, quite a ways. And the wind kind of picked up. All of a sudden, his nose went up. And I said, "Do you smell something?" And he ran over to the wood line. He's kind of pointing. He does that. Yeah. I started howling. I tried to get the camera to work. It wouldn't read the card. So, anyway, whatever it was, wasn't there very long, because then he started acting like nothing was around. So, I don't know what was going on there. He smelled something. But when I got here, last time I was here, I was leaving and I noticed a trail down on the end of the parking lot. So I thought, well, next time I come, I'm going to see where that trail goes. So when I got here, I went up that trail. It turned out to be a game trail. And I got back a little ways and there was no trail. So I kept on going, hacking my way through there, and ended up coming out to the main trail. So I dropped my recorder off somewhere back a ways, and well, you keep sneezing, Wally. You all right? I don't know why he's sneezing like that. Now, I got these headphones on. I didn't hear nothing. I don't know what he heard, but now I gotta go see. I don't know how he hears stuff like that. But I didn't hear nothing. I don't know if he heard a stick snap or what. He's right up there. I don't know. I just stopped to take a little break. Anyway, we're back out here. What was it, Wally? Huh? Was it a deer? What was it? He's on alert now. Anyway. This is the spot where I came the one night and sat in the dark for about an hour. Didn't hear nothing. I had him with me. We never heard nothing. We were just sitting over here on this log. So anyway, I come back out. I'll just stop here, sit on the log for a little bit and listen. I'm gonna go a little farther this time. I've never gone too much farther on this trail. Usually turned around, but I think this time I'm gonna go back a little farther and see what's back there. So, kind of bummed that the camera's not working. hate using my phone for all the video, but this place is really thickened up, turning green. All right, Wally, you just having a rough time. All right, well, when I get walking again, I'll probably start videoing again. All right, break time's over. We're gonna keep walking. Got number 4 on there. I think I remember seeing this one. While they had him a little Scooby snack while we were sitting there, and gave him some beef jerky. That stick snapping was me stepping on one. In case you heard it. So, all the times I've been down here, well, I've only been down here, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, I think. This place is an hour and a half away from my house. So, I think up here a little ways is all the farther I've ever gone on this trail. So I thought today I'll go a little farther. Kind of wouldn't mind staying out till after dark, but that'd be almost 2 hours. I don't know if I want to stay that long. Earlier, I was trying to record with my camera, which wasn't working, but I heard like a scream. It sounded a whole, just like what I recorded on my recorder. I got a Zoom HM1 on my head. I got it on my headphones, so I'll have to see if that picked that up. I should have marked the time. I don't know. I should have done that. I should have took my headphones off and looked at it, figured out the time. Anyway, I don't know. It was pretty far off, but hopefully it picked it up. It sounded, I think it might have been a bobcat. Hopefully it's on that recorder. I'll have to look when I get home. So I dropped a recorder here. I got 2 at my other spot that I usually go to. Hearing something over there. Didn't really sound like an owl. Huh. I don't know what it was. I doubt the phone picked it up. It's amazing what a difference it makes just in a month of coming here as spring comes on. And everything, all the leaves start coming back. And you Can't see very far at all once that happens. I can't tell, but there's water down there at the bottom. There's a little stream runs down through there. I came through there earlier this year when it was a lot more open. It was right along, I think it was along here where we saw some eyes looking at us right over this bridge right here. And I got my thermal out. It was a deer. It was just standing there watching us. Actually, I might have been by myself that time. I can't remember if Wally was with me or not. Yeah, because I don't think I brought Wally with me when I came down here. Stayed after, yeah, it was when I stayed after dark. I didn't bring him. I came by myself, if I remember right. And I sat back there where I was just at on that log for about an hour. Sat back here till about 10 o'clock, I think, something like that. I'm hearing something over there. I mean, it may be a person, but I wouldn't call it a whoop, but it's like a yell, like a woo, woo, like that kind of. Doesn't sound like an owl. Sounds more human. It may be a person. I know when I left my recorders down here, I picked up people coming through here at night a couple times. Like, well, one time it was like 2:30 in the morning. Heard a couple guys. I guess they were out coon hunting. I don't know what they were doing, but I had them on the recorder. And the other time, it was about 11:30. Got it on the recorder, and it sounds like a guy and a little girl that sounds like about 10 years old. I don't know what they were doing out at 11:30 at night. I mean, I say that, but I'm not like that all the time. But it's just odd to have a little girl with him. Maybe he was squatching. Maybe he wanted her to come along, little granddaughter with him. I mean, I would do that if my granddaughter was interested, but she's not really into it. My son-in-law, it's kind of a joke for him, the whole Bigfoot thing. My daughter, well, both of my daughters married two brothers, and neither one of them believes in Bigfoot. They're both engineers, and for the one, it's kind of a joke. For the other one, he's more respectful, but you can tell he don't believe in it. So neither of my daughters do either. Looking at that print there, always looks, you can never tell on the camera. I mean, with my eyes I can see it, but with the camera, I'm looking at it with the camera and I can see why. I was thinking, what is he even looking at? I mean, that has the shape of a foot with toes. Right there looks like toes. But it's hard to tell through the camera, that's for sure, because I'm looking at my screen and I'm like, what am I even looking at? But when I look with my eyes, I can see it pretty good. Might be a print right there too, maybe. Looks like something may have come down off this hill. But we are right on the trail, so I don't know. Of course, you always only see one. You know, I'd love to find a print out here. I'd love to find something that makes me more sure that it's worth my time driving down here an hour and a half. I mean, the other place, the place that's by my house, that's only 15 minutes. So even though I haven't really found anything too definitive, it's only 15 minutes, and I like going in the woods, so I like going there anyway. But I have found and recorded some things that makes me scratch my head. And I did find a print there. Well, a couple prints, but one in particular, you can definitely see toes. And it was in some thick, swampy mud. Didn't look like something a person would have. It was in April too, so that kind of gave me some hope for over there. So I keep going and keep recording. I mean, I did catch a vocal that I really don't think it's a person. It was when I first put the recorder out. Something walks up, stops, and you hear a vocal where it goes, And I think it was when I first put the recorder out, I think that it walked up and saw it. And I think it's kind of avoided that area ever since. So the recorder looks a lot like a trail cam, but smaller, like a half the size of a trail cam. But it's a plastic box, like a trail cam is made. Yeah, I've never been this far on this trail. So I'm curious to see where it goes. Looks like a big field over there, farmer's field. This trail might be coming to an end up here. Got a gimbal for this, but I wasn't planning on using my phone. I was going to use that camera. Kind of aggravated that thing's not working. I'd like to get a newer one, but the newer ones are like $700-800. I just hate using up all the memory on my phone on videos because I'm really bad about not wanting to delete nothing. Once it's on my phone, I end up leaving it. A lot of old pictures I should get rid of, and I don't know. I just keep leaving them on there. I even got a thumb drive thing to clear stuff off my phone. I should probably do that, get a lot of it off of there, open up some space. And that's why I got this phone though. It's got 2 terabyte. It's the iPhone 16 Pro. Got 2 terabyte. Mainly because I do a lot of video like this and I didn't want it to run out. good spot to look for prints. Looks like it all just goes down into a sinkhole right there. But there's a cave. There's a cave system here. Well, that's the beginning of that stream that I was talking about that's at the bottoms over there. This is the beginning. It must be a spring here somewhere feeding this. I'm gonna have to walk up that creek sometime. Look for prints. Up through there. Not today though. Today, I want to see where this trail goes. I think it's gonna dead end up here in this field. That's what I'm guessing. Not seeing boot prints. Oh wait, yeah, I see one right after I said that. I was gonna say I don't think too many people's walking this far up. Yeah, I was right. Dead ends in this field up here. Well, now I know. There's a boot print. Yep, dead ends into a field. That's what I thought. I'm guessing it's part of the wildlife area. Does look like that's a farmer's field over there though. Alright, I guess we'll head back now that we know where it goes. I just found this print along the trail here. Right here. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of on the slope right there. Wally's up on the slope. Just seems like an odd place for somebody to step because, I mean, you're on an angle on mud. Just seems like it would be odd for somebody to step there. And kinda, that looked like it could have toes there. Can't tell. So I scanned it. And I'm looking. It looks like the next step might be right there. So between them is about 22, if that's the next step. And then it looks like the next step, I'm not quite sure, maybe right here, but it looks like something stepped right in here, right there, going up that way. I don't know. Then while I was scanning it, Wally got up there like he is now, only he was over here. He went back in there, and I kept hearing sticks snapping. And it wasn't Wally. I heard two pretty good sized sticks snap back in there, quite a ways back, but of course I was busy scanning, so I couldn't really stop and look. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Heard something back here. All right. Just found another one. Looks like toes. I only see like 3 though. Looks like something came down this hill, slid a little. I'm on the trail again. Get a tape measure out. It's not real big. I don't even know what, I don't know. It's not really even a footprint shape, but it definitely looks like toes right there. It could be a deer hoof right there. I don't know. Just interesting. We're heading back to the car. It's pretty windy. It's kind of hard to hear much, for me anyway. Got these headphones on, but it amplifies the sound of the wind too, so makes it hard. I was just saying, while I was scanning that print I found, Wally walked back into the woods a little ways and I heard 2 pretty good sized sticks snap back a ways. But I was busy scanning and I didn't want to stop in the middle of scanning, so I couldn't look. But I was listening to see if he reacted to anything. There's a little deer trail right there. I was seeing if he was going to react to something, but he didn't. I can't even really tell which way the wind's blowing. I wouldn't be a very good hunter, but trying to determine which direction. I don't know if it's blowing that way toward wherever it was, so Wally wouldn't have smelled it anyway. I can't tell. I mean, it just seems like it's constantly changing direction to me, the wind. And I don't really feel it right here. It's definitely blowing. Blowing pretty hard, but with all these trees, it's blocking it, so I can't really feel the wind. Anyway, we're heading back to the car. Probably got a half mile or more to go. Just found what looked like it could have been a print, but it could have been a boot print too, for all I know. I scanned it. Sometimes with the scan, I can tell a little better. I just like to document stuff when I find it. Sometimes I've been glad I did. I can come back later and look at it again. When I was in Kentucky, I found a print, and I looked like toes for sure. Couldn't really make out the print that well, but you could see like a ball of a foot and toes, for definite toes. So I scanned it with that Scaniverse. And then when I looked at the scan, I could see it was a bear print. I didn't see where the claws were or anything, but so sometimes it helps to scan it. It can help you tell what you're looking at. I keep seeing prints. I thought I saw toes right there, but I think something else stepped right there. I don't know why I'm even looking, because I'm on the trail, but I don't doubt that they use the trails when nobody's around at night. For one, you can walk a whole lot quieter, easily. And it's just easier. I think the deer use it. I think lots of wildlife uses these trails when at night. Maybe even some during the day, I don't know. Either way, they probably cross the trail at some point if they're not using it. First print I ever found was on going across the trail toward the creek, and it looked very fresh. It looked like whatever left it had stepped there within the hour. That was kind of a weird feeling to come across that. That was the first one I ever found. I would have liked to have cast it, but it was right on the trail. The trail was all packed down, like walking on concrete. I wasn't even leaving a mark at all where I stepped. And where it stepped, there wasn't much of an indentation. Definitely wasn't enough to cast it. It was a good print, but it was surface level print. Wasn't sunk in at all. I was with Jack at Salt Fork. He showed me something he carried in his backpack, or it lay out in his truck. But it was for making a little dam around the print when they're real shallow like that. It was just plastic strip. So I'm definitely gonna get me something like that. I have a piece of aluminum, a strip that's about 1.5 inches wide. That's real flexible. I was gonna use that originally for that purpose. But what he had looked like it'd work out even better because you don't have to mess with trying to bend it and shape it like I would the aluminum. Okay, now I definitely feel the wind in my face. So, something up ahead won't smell us coming. Might see us or hear us, but they're not going to smell us. And Wally's going to get a whiff of something up ahead. Now, of course, this trail twists and turns so much, I don't know, but where we were up ahead, where he acted like he smelled something. It was on that side. The wind feels like it's coming this way. And he was looking over that way. Where he acted like he smelled something. All right, we're almost back to where I sat down and took a break on the log up here. Got somebody in my group that she likes to ride horseback, and she told me she had a sighting one time while she was riding her horse. It was in eastern Ohio. I mean, she kind of told me the location, but I'm not going to say where it was. Another print. It looks like it's got toes. That looks like... Oh, good. That's a stick just laying there. Man, it's so hard to see. I can see it from here. And when I get down close, it's harder to see it. I'm sure the camera's not showing it at all. I don't know. Now that I took that stick out of the way, I don't know. It definitely looks like toes right here. That look like a foot. And it's just so hard to tell. It's on this trail where it's really compact. Anyway, she was riding her horse. And I guess the horse didn't react at all, which kind of surprised me. But she said she saw something out of the corner of her eye and looked over. It was something black, pretty big. And she turned and saw it out of the corner of her eye, and then it was back behind her. So she was looking back and she saw it cross the trail behind them. And I don't know, it just makes me think that it wanted to be seen. I mean, why would it cross the trail right as she's going by? Why not just stay out of sight until she's long gone and then cross? I keep seeing prints, but they're just... I see them and it looks like it's got toes. Messing with my head. You see one right here. And I saw one up there. That's a pretty good ways up. I don't know. It's not clear enough. I really like finding them in the mud like we did at Salt Fork, where there's no doubt what you're looking at. Kind of a pain when you find it on this compact soil and you're just guessing at what's what. Not even worth looking at, really. But if I see something that looks pretty clear, I definitely want to document it. Like that one back there, definitely, it was an odd spot for a human to walk. And it did look like there was 2 more steps going up a hill. It just didn't look like something a human would do. But the stride wasn't a ridiculous amount. It was 22 inches, I think. I think I measured my stride just normally walking, and I was surprised it wasn't that much. It was about 16 to 18 inches, I think. I mean, you gotta do it while you're not really thinking. Just try to walk normal and then measure it. But going up a hill, I could see where a human might step a little farther than they normally would, trying to step in a spot where it looks like it might be a better footing. You feeling better, Wally? I think you are. Got the zoomies now. Naturally, you got to get them when it's a spot that's muddy so you can jump up on me. I'm just glad he's feeling better. He hasn't been feeling too good. For almost a week now, he's been having some kind of issues. He's starting to feel better now. Really thick. Although once you get back in there, I think it opens up a little bit where you can kind of move around. Just this wood line along the trail usually where it's thick like this. I think that might be one of them pileated woodpeckers. Here, like a knock over in that area. I think it was one of those woodpeckers. No, that didn't sound like one. That was over that way. Opposite side of the trail. Huh. This place definitely has the potential. Not many people come here, and it's thick. And this is like 1,000 acres, this wildlife area. Pretty heavily wooded. A few fields here and there. So lake, decent sized lake. People come here to fish more than anything. And then there's 2 little creeks running through here. Definitely has the potential. Just would like to find something that I know it'd be worth my drive to keep coming down here. Especially with gas prices where they're at right now. Although the car does pretty good on gas. It's like 33 to the gallon. That van sure doesn't. It's a 6-cylinder. It probably, I've never checked it, but I bet it gets about 18 maybe. Took me about a half a tank to go to Salt Fork. Sure looks like a print there. And it looks like toes. Sure does. I think I'm going to scan that one and measure it.